Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline is former BYU All-American, current CFL wide receiver standout Austin Collie. Austin, welcome back to the show.
How you guys doing?
We're good. I don't think you get enough credit for your sense of humor, man, because yesterday when I saw that you were pursuing the Magic Happens t-shirts, I stood up and applauded. When did that become a real thing?
Yesterday. I was just driving and thought it would be a good idea. I'm working with Cognitive FX down there in Orem, Utah. A concussion clinic or cognitive clinic run by Dr. Alina Fong, and I've been using them for a while, and it's treatment that's not covered by insurance, and some people can't afford it, and it's just a good way to kind of raise money for those that can't afford it and get their treatment, because there's a lot of people out there that have had traumatic brain injuries that need the help.
Good stuff, man. Good that is going towards a cause. Austin, how have the Utah fans responded to your tweets? I was looking through your feed earlier. I don't even follow you. I got to follow you. But it doesn't look like you're going into too many wars. How's that been so far?
Good. I think that's what's kind of nice about not being relevant anymore. Not too many people pay attention. So except for BYU fans. So it's I haven't got much slack for it.
Now that you've had a few days to process the BYU-Utah Vegas Bowl matchup, what are your thoughts on the first ever neutral site bowl game matchup between the two longtime rivals?
I was excited when I heard about it, just because I was sad to see that game go. That game is probably one of the most underrated rivalries in the country. Obviously you have your Michigan, Ohio State, and the others, but I think this is one of the biggest rivalries in the country, and just because we're so close geographically, and you got fans throughout the state. So,
Austin, if you could have picked any team in the Pac-12 prior to this announcement, who would you have gone with?
As far as like my preference of playing?
Right. Yep.
Oh, Utah, no question about it. Just
Why?
because it is such an exciting game. I can. You can just already. My wife has an Instagram. I follow. Other people on Twitter, and I think everybody's excited to see these two teams play again.
What's your greatest individual memory from the rivalry games that you played in against Utah?
Obviously, it was a fourth down pass for Max. That was something that was pretty awesome. I think all the fans remember it, and that was kind of the game that gave us the Mountain West Conference Championship.
What were you thinking on that play when you got behind the last level of defense?
No way.
How am I this open? Is that what your thoughts were?
Yep.
Austin, you said that this is probably the most underrated rivalries in the nation. If you had an opportunity to talk to all football fans right now to make the case of why they should tune in to ABC on December 19th, what would you say?
I would say you're going to get a game. Doesn't matter how good the opposing team is or how good we are. It always is a great game. It always comes down to the wire, and you're going to get two teams that that are going to play their hearts out.
Let's rewind to last Friday. You hear the news that your former head coach Bronco Mendenhall is leaving BYU to take over responsibilities for Virginia. What was the first thing that went through your mind?
I was shocked, to be honest with you. I thought Bronco was going to be there for a long time. But it's I think I think he's going to be extremely successful over there in Virginia. You know, and I think it's a big time opportunity for him. And honestly, I think he's going to do a phenomenal job over there.
What kind of legacy do you think Bronco will leave behind here at BYU?
That the guy wins. You know, you can say what you want about him, but I mean, the guy won ball games, and that's what every team. You know, didn't matter who we had. You know, he taught us players how to win.
Let's say you're in the war room with Tom Homo right now discussing candidates for the next BYU head coach. What characteristics are you looking for in hiring a new coach at BYU specifically?
That's a tough question. I mean, obviously, you know, a coach that has a winning mentality. I mean, that's it. You know, I think that's all you care about is players winning. You know, I mean, having the mindset that he can take a team to you know, BCS, you know, or the BCS playoff, you know, and have a chance to compete for the title. So, and I think that's kind of all it comes down to, is a guy that has that mentality and that confidence that it can happen, you know, because that type of confidence kind of rubs off on the players.
Austin, if you were the head coach, what's the first thing you think you would do coming into the program?
I don't know. That's why I'll never be the head coach.
Oh, I love that honest answer. And that's I mean, it takes a very special mentality to coach a Division I football program, or any football program for that matter. We're talking with Austin Collie on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline, BYU All-American, and just wrapped up his first season in the CFL. Speaking of Austin, how was that first season playing north of the border after you played a few years in the NFL?
It was fun, man. It was definitely different, but it was fun. You know, I had buddies up there. You know, I had John up there. It was fun playing with John and just kind of talking football, and also had, you know, one of my other good buddies, Lavelle Hawkins, up there. And you know, it was just tough just because I was without, you know, my family for so long, but it was fun.
Austin, do you think that you will continue to pursue the NFL, or is the CFL something that is looking a little bit more long term?
Well, it's to be honest with you, this wasn't a decision to continue. You know, as far as I'm concerned, the NFL, you know, knowing this, or I knew this last year, but the NFL's gone. You know, it's not going to happen. And I was perfectly fine with that last year. I went up to play in the CFL just to have fun, you know, throw the ball around, you know, continue playing with you know, a competitive team and you know, be in that competitive atmosphere in the locker room. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, the NFL things was long gone a couple of years ago.
Follow him at @Collie_17, Austin Collie with us on BYU Sports Nation. You mentioned your family and being away from them in the CFL. That's certainly hard. So however long your football career does continue north of the border, what's your plan after football ends, Austin?
Go to school. You know, right now I'm going to school and you know, hopefully, you know, finish that up as soon as possible. And I'm also, like I said, I'm also working with Dr. Alina Fong down there at the Cognitive FX Clinic, just kind of helping people, you know, recover from traumatic brain injuries and those who've had, you know, chemotherapy and have, you know, chemo brain and whatnot. It's just something that obviously I can relate to, you know, as far as the traumatic brain injury goes. So.
Well, one, we want one of those T-shirts on the set here, so that's going to happen. And two, whether you like it or not, because of what you've done, you know that there are going to be people clamoring for you to coach at some point, right?
Not going to happen.
He's resolute. Austin, great to talk to you. We appreciate the time, and congratulations on your recent success in the CFL.
All right, thank you.